I think there's something very beautiful when you enter a space with strangers that you really don't know and you leave the space feeling like you've known them for 10 years.
Pauline, you are an afro-feminist activist, a community builder, facilitator, writer, speaker, and founder of YesWeBleed. YesWeBleed is a non-profit working towards menstrual and reproductive justice by creating workshops, panels, and creative healing spaces rooted in intersectional and decolonial practice.
YesWeBleed comes from a very personal journey initially, but a personal journey that is actually deeply political. So it came from a personal realization that I had menstrual pain since my menarche, which is my first period, and that I never took that pain serious. And I wondered why, because I had my period really early. I think I was 9 or 10. Everything I was reading, seeing, everyone in my life was telling me, it's normal. You're a girl, you're a woman, you go through this, it's normal. And I normalized it myself, and I love to say gaslighted myself, or I've been gaslighted also by a system around me to not take my pain serious. And while I was identifying this, I was also realizing that there are so many other pains that are not taken serious, especially when you're born female. And I wanted to build something where this conversation and these facts will have a place, and we could meet together and see what does it say about our society, and how do we go from experiencing it personally and even maybe shamelessly to politically and together and changing things. So the first thing started with just reuniting people, which goes very well with Dyad, because the first event of YesWeBleed was literally just posting a poster and saying, who wants to talk about menstruation? Like, we are going to do a circle of talk, let's just come. And 10 people registered, was very small, I remember, 5 came, and out of the 5, I think 4 ended up crying. And this is when I realized, okay, there is so much that we keep inside because there's literally no space to talk about it, no person that you can just see, and no one knew each other, by the way. So in 1 hour, everyone ended up crying because this space of vulnerability was finally offered. And I deeply believe that what was released that day is not just our personal pain. I think it was generational pain, generational trauma that finally had a place to land. And this, from that first event, I was like, okay, let's really take this serious and offer the space. So that's what YesWeBleed is, and we do many events, always in person, never online event. I'm completely against online event, especially for this topic. This for me, with the fact that I believe people are mirrors. When you talk to someone, you see something from yourself, you see something from another life. Like, one person is a full life experience. We learn so much, and to ourselves also, because how many times do we change our mind? I mean, like sometimes even during a day. So it's so rich to have other people that come and challenge your thoughts and say, okay, but have you seen this from this perspective? Because in my context, I experienced this. It's a gift, actually, for someone to come and challenge your thoughts and teach you something. And same when you have also the chance to have someone that you can say, look, I've experienced this, and this was different from me, and you can see in their eyes that it lands somewhere where you're like, okay, wow, like something happened there. It's magical. Really love it. Mm-hmm. As human, we want to be loved. We need to be loved. We need to feel accepted. We need to feel that we belong, and we need to feel that we are loved unconditionally. And this unconditional part, for me, is the key word of how to create that space. There's something very beautiful when you enter a space with strangers that you really don't know, and you leave the space feeling like you've known them for 10 years. Because honestly, there is nothing that any of us can experience on this planet that another person can absolutely not relate to. It's impossible. We're all having the same human experience. Then it depends on how open we are to not judge the other. And this is an exercise. Same with, I don't know, for example, in my case, I feel currently a lot of grief, general grief, regarding the state of the world, regarding the hopes I had in the past about what would be my life in my late 20s, in my 30s, regarding what I thought society would be like. I did not think we would be at this stage growing up. And this creates a lot of grief in me. If I want to talk about it to someone, I would think, oh, but I don't want to bring them down with those thoughts. But is it really bringing them down? Maybe someone will just say, okay, and I've been feeling the same, actually. And I also did not think I could talk to someone, and I also thought I would bring someone down if I talk about it. We filter, what can I say? What topic can I bring? What? And actually the most meaningful conversations is when we remove those filters and we're just like, okay, today this is where I am. Do you want to meet me there? Where are you? Do we meet like halfway? But sometimes maybe if I'm crying and you're having a good day, you can still meet me in this sadness without coming to being sad yourself. You can stay in the joy, and you can also, maybe your joy will bring me up and will make me happy. For a lot of us and myself, I'm Gen Z, and we grew up with social media a lot. And this idea of boundaries and what is allowed, etc., we learn a lot through social media, true, like we learn a lot, but what we lost a lot, I believe, in my generation and the next generations after me, is the practice. Because we are so much online, a lot of the relations are online, we lose also this thing of practicing, because I believe boundaries come with trial. And I think one thing that is very important is to be able to be together and try. Maybe we'll even create frustrations in you, but these are good. This is how we learn to be in community. A lot of time, especially in my field, there's this idealization of community. Let's be together, let's do things together. And there's not, the other aspect of it is not so much mentioned, that this will come with, as we said in the beginning, disagreement. This will come with you being triggered. It will happen, and I think that we need to learn with each other, how do we deal with that? How do I deal when another person triggers me? Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much for creating Dyad. I think it's such a needed space for conversations. We are living in very hard times in the sense of we are seeing a lot more than our brain can handle. And I would love for my last words on this video to be a call for collective care. Take care of yourself, take care of the next person, even if what we are seeing seems for a lot of people not promising, not hopeful, etc. There is a lot of hope, and it's staying between each other. So I need everyone that listen to me, that hear me, to remember to stay joyful, to remember that there is so much hope, so much love in the world, and that even if you feel, okay, I cannot today rest, it's all fine, but always remember the future is bright, really, and I deeply believe it, and we have one another. Stay in conversation with one another, and let's grow all together.